Breaking the Silence, In Search of Louisa, Act 2. Joshua, my first love. The stage is softly lit with warm amber light. A simple wooden bench sits beneath the silhouette of a young tree. Gentle bird song is heard in the distance. A violin and guitar quietly accompany the narration. The narrator walks to center stage, holding a small bundle of letters tied with a faded ribbon. There is something beautiful about beginning at the beginning. Before Louisa became a pioneer, before she became a widow, before she became part of one of the most controversial chapters in Latter-day Saint history, she was simply a young girl. A little girl with dreams. A growing girl who believed life would unfold much the way most young brides hope it will. She was born on May 28, 1826 in Vevey, Indiana, Switzerland County, to Frederick and Marguerite Golay. I often wonder what she was like as a little girl. Did she love to sing while helping her mother? Did she gather wildflowers along the riverbanks? Did she imagine what kind of man she would someday marry? Like every young woman, I imagine, she dreamed of home, of children, of growing old beside the man she loved. Then, when she was just 17 years old, she met Joshua Frederick Grant. Somewhere between youthful conversations and hopeful dreams, they fell in love, deeply in love. I don't know what first caught Joshua's attention. Perhaps it was her quiet strength. Perhaps it was her gentle smile. Perhaps it was simply the way heaven has of bringing two hearts together. And on August 27, 1843, they were married. They began building the life every young couple hopes for. Children soon followed. Their daughter, Adelaide. Then another child. Perhaps her name was Alma or Amy. Records recite both. Then Florence, born while the family crossed the plains toward Zion. Can you imagine that? Holding a newborn baby while crossing one of the most difficult journeys in American history. Her husband, Joshua Frederick Grant, had been called by Brigham Young, and his counselor, my great-great-great-grandfather Jedediah Morgan Grant, to lead a wagon train of supplies headed for Salt Lake City. Louisa was the only woman on that journey, with her two small children being pregnant with her third. She'd already lost a baby in their first year, little Frederick, before leaving for Salt Lake City. She left everything behind. Her father, her mother, trusting God with every uncertain mile. Those early years could not have been easy, yet I imagine they were also filled with ordinary moments that history never records. Joshua coming home at the end of a long day, little children running to meet him. Evening prayers, shared laughter around a humble table, little children doing somersaults in front of a fireplace. Simple moments that quietly become the treasures of a lifetime. Sometimes I wonder if those ordinary days were the happiest days of Louisa's life. Then, after giving birth to her third baby in Iowa, on the journey west, everything changed. Only weeks after arriving in the Salt Lake Valley, her precious husband Joshua became ill. The records tell us when he died, but they cannot tell us what happened during those final hours. Did Louisa hold his hand? Did they speak of heaven? Did they promise to find one another again? Did he kiss each little child and his new baby goodbye? Those sacred moments belonged only to them. Joshua was only 33 years old. Louisa was just 25. 3 little children suddenly looked to their mother alone. Their journey west had ended. A far more difficult journey had just begun. As I've come to know Louisa through her story, I've often returned to one simple decision she made years later, when she eventually gave birth to another son through her husband, Jedediah Morgan Grant. She named him Joshua Frederick Grant, after her first husband. Not after the husband she was then living with, but after the husband she had lost. Every time I read that name, I pause, because he is my great-great-grandfather. Names tell stories, and that name whispers something beautiful to me. It tells me that first love leaves footprints upon the heart. Some loves are simply too sacred to forget. I cannot prove exactly what Louisa carried in her heart. History doesn't allow me to make that claim. I have not found a journal or letters. But as her third great-granddaughter, I can wonder. I can imagine a young widow who never stopped being grateful for the man who first taught her what love felt like. And then something happened that made this story even more personal to me. Over a decade ago, I had a dream. It was one of those dreams that stays with you long after you wake up. In my dream, I wasn't reading old records or searching through dusty archives. I was someplace peaceful, somewhere heavenly. And there I saw Louisa. She wasn't crying. She wasn't carrying the weight of widowhood. She wasn't trying to make sense of all the unexpected turns her life had taken. In this dream, she had already lived her entire earthly journey. Every joy, every sacrifice, every unanswered question, every heartache, every tear. And now she was dancing. That's when I realized she was dancing with Joshua Frederick Grant, Sr., her first love. As they slowly danced together, with her cheek resting on his shoulder, her eyes peacefully closed, there was no sorrow, no hurry, only peace. Watching them together, I called out to her, "Louisa!" She slowly opened her eyes. She turned toward me with a most tender, gentle, wistful smile. I asked, "Louisa, what happened to you after all those years? After all the trials you had endured?" She looked at me with such gentleness. Then she softly whispered, "I'm with Joshua. All is well." Perhaps it was simply a dream, or perhaps it was heaven reminding me that mortality is only one chapter of an eternal story. Either way, I've never forgotten it. And I've always believed Louisa had returned to her first love, Joshua. Every time I hear this next song, I see them dancing again.
I was just a girl of 17, with dreams so soft and bright. I never thought my heart would break before I knew love's light. When you came into my quiet world with eyes so deep and true, in that fleeting moment, my heart called called out to you. We spoke in stolen glances, in whispers soft and low, a love so pure and fragile, too sacred to let go. But heaven called you homeward to a path I did not choose, and in the name of righteousness I learned what it meant to lose you. Oh, my first love, my beloved, my heart still calls your name, though time and fate tore us apart. My love remains the same through every tear and silent prayer, through all I wandered through. No matter where this life led me, my soul still longed for you. They said it was devotion, they said it was God's will to share a love divided, to bow my head, be still. But no prayer could quiet longing, no vow could make it right, for love was never meant to fade into the endless night. I tried to be obedient, to silence what I knew, to break my heart in pieces, but it belonged to you. But every quiet evening and every restless dawn reminded me of what I lost, my one true love, lost and gone. I walk through pain and sorrow, too deep for words to say, still missing my one true love when you passed away. Lost within a sea of faces, sister wives surrounding me, yet I never lost the dream I'd held. Your heart belonged to only me. Sister wives, cleaving to one man. Oh, how hard it was believing this was God's perfect plan. For every little girl grows up dreaming she'll be loved, chosen, cherished faithfully by one heart she's worthy of. I tried to give my whole heart, I prayed with all my soul, but love cannot be portioned out when longing yearns to be made whole. I never gave my heart completely, though I tried with all my might, not even to your brothers. My heart remains strong and true to you, my one true love and light. Perhaps my heart grew weary, felt forsaken, lost at times. I tried to trust in God above. When peace was hard to find, I prayed that He would strengthen me to bear what lay ahead, to silently endure each trial, to say I do and bow my head. But it was never easy to break my heart in two, divide my heart in equal portions, still longed for only you. God alone became my refuge, the keeper of each tear. When no one else could hear my soul, He gently drew me near. Oh, my first love, my beloved, though years passed us by, your memory lived on within my heart, a love that could not die. And though I walked my path I kept calling out.